Okay, we will start with JS server pages, JSPs. Okay, Java server pages, the full form of this one. We'll just have the quick introduction on this, and we'll try to do one or two small programs on this. Sure. Actually, this Java server technology page, JSPs are used to create a dynamic web applications. Okay, when we discussed about the JDBC and servlets and JSP, we can use it as a UI tool in a three layer architecture we had talked about. So we can even write Java code in a JSP. Okay, that is nothing but servlets. We are writing some HTML code in that one, right? Like that, we can even write some Java code directly inside JSP. Okay. So we can use this JSPs to create any kind of dynamic web application. JSP pages are easier to maintain than the servlets. Just a comparison. When you say compare with the servlets, it's quite easier than servlet. Why it is easier than servlet? It will not be required. You don't have to have this one. What is it? Web.xml is not. It might not be required, and you don't have to compile each and every time when you modify this kind of advantages over them. The advantages we have listed out. We will look into that one. Okay. JSP pages are quite easier to maintain than the servlets. That's what one point. And JSP pages are opposite of servlets, as servlets adds HTML code inside Java code, while JSP adds Java code inside HTML using the JSP page. So it is like when we were working with the servlets, okay, we were writing direct HTML tags to display some data on web browser inside JSP servlets. Servlets is nothing but Java code. Inside Java code, we were writing HTML code. Here, it's quite in reverse, opposite. It's saying that we can write Java code inside JSP. Okay. JSP adds Java code inside HTML. Inside HTML, you can add Java code using JSP tags. Everything else servlets can do, but JSP can also do it. Whatever servlets doing, JSP can also do the same. Okay. That's the one thing. When JSP enables use to write HTML pages contains the tags inside which we can include powerful Java programming. So JSP provides few tag elements which can be helpful for us to write some good programming. Okay, Java programming we can write using this tag elements. So this will come under section of the JSP elements tags. Okay, using JSP, one can easily separate persistence and business logic. You can it is just like independently. If user UI guy can write his own code to display UI technology, means design and all, he can take care of it. Web page how it looks, it should look like that. Design UI guy can take care of it, and business logic Java backend guy can code on the business logic. That is means like you can separate it from UI presentation layer and business layer in using JSPs. Okay. That's all about it. See, as the web designer can design and update JSP pages, creating presentation layer, and Java developer can write server-side complex computational code. There's nothing but a business logic you can write, and you can combine both of them. Okay, that is and both the layers can be easily interact over HTTP request. Both of them can help with each other on HTTP layer. You can interact both the layers. So when at the end of the day, when you see UI and Java business logic and presentation layer and business logic combined and kept together, it will be nothing but like a servlets only. If you see this diagram, you will be having a first JSP, okay, that will be converted into first underscore JSP, and then it will be compiled. Once you compiled any Java classes, convert it into dot classes, okay, and then load it to servlets. I will just drag this image. Okay, and then it will be load as a servlet. It will be internal life cycle looks like this one. We can create one the JSP page, and then it will be converted into first underscore JSP underscore JSP. It will end with underscore JSP dot Java class. It will be converted. Once you then it will be compiled. When we compile any Java classes, it will be like a dot class file format. So binary format it will be there. Then it will be put into the. It will be loaded as a servlets again. That is how it looks like. How it will convert from the JSP to servlets. Why JSP is preferred over servlets? JSP provides an easier way to code dynamic web pages. It is providing easier way to create dynamic web pages. That's the one point. JSP does not require additional files like Java class files, web.xml, etc. etc. You see earlier program, it is creating itself a Java program for him internally. Okay, server side it is when you create a JSP file, it is creating its own Java file internally, converting into the dot class file, and then converting as servlet page. So it is not required all these things. JSP does not require any additional files like Java class files and web.xml, etc. Any changes in JSP code is handled by web container. Whatever you change, modify, you don't have to compile it directly. You can install it onto your server. That container will take care of your changes automatically. Okay. Application servers like Tomcat does not require recompilation. That's what it is. JSP page can be directly accessed, and web.xml mapping is not required like in servlet. Servlet we used to give mapping files for every servlet. Mapping tags will be there. Here it is not required. JSP can be directly accessed. You don't have to go through web.xml. That's another advantages. So same things it is. Some more things are here. That is advantage of JSP. Easy to maintain and code. Coding also a little easier than the other servlets and high performance and scalability. High performance and scalability. You don't have to compile every time. It will be automatically compiled, and you can directly access through the access on server. Okay, JSP is built on Java technology, so it is platform independent. It's again a Java feature. Okay, and then let's go to the next section is life cycle of JSP. A JSP page is converted into servlet in order to service request. This any JSP page will automatically converted into a servlet in order to service request. That HTTP request will come to servlets, right, through using init parameters as a request and response. Okay, through it will get the request and response, and you will give your services. By using the service method, you can write your business logic and return that service. So what it is doing here is servlet to JSP. JSP page is converted into servlet in order to service the request. Automatically it will convert it into servlet when we compile it. Automatically it will convert into servlet. The translation of a JSP page to a servlet is called a life cycle of JSP. That is what nothing but we have seen in a diagram, right? How it is converting from JSP to Java class and Java class to dot class file, then dot class file to JSP page. So that is nothing but a life cycle of JSP page. Okay. With one additional first step, which is translation of JSP code to servlet code, following are the life cycle of steps. Just how it is converting from JSP to servlets is the steps here. See? Translation of JSP to servlet code. Okay, compilation of servlet code to bytecodes. Nothing but a dot class files. Loading the servlet class. Okay. Creating servlet instance. Again from here, if you observe from here, it's again a servlet process. Creating servlet instance and initializing and calling the JSP init page. There is something called, we had init method in the servlets. Here you have something called JSP init. Initializing by calling JSP init method. Okay. And here you have the service method as underscore JSP service method and JSP destroy. If you see in servlets we had init method and we had service method. In the life cycle of servlets we were taking it. Just destroy method. So these three methods we had in servlets, correct. In servlets life cycle we had these three methods. Here also same things like, but it is method names are starts with JSP init, and this is important. It starts with underscore JSP service and JSP destroy method. Before that, it just translates JSP to servlet code and compilation of the servlet code to bytecode. Two steps it will happen. JSP is converted into servlet, and that servlet, whatever it is translated, it should be compiled into binary format. So if you see hello.example example in the servlet, this is nothing but a container, some app server you can take, application server or web server you can say. Okay, you have deployed your hello.jsp page. In the first step, it will be converted into .java file. Okay, that is nothing but again it is kind of a servlet for him. Hello underscore JSP.java. Okay, now it's converted. In the next step, what it is doing, all servlets should be compiled. All Java classes should be compiled to run or to understand in any JRE environment. Okay, JVM environment. So it is compiling into it compiles and converted into .class file. Once you have the .class file, and it is again a servlet lifecycle. Okay, converted into this one, and you have now hello underscore JSP, and let's see one by one. And the fourth step, it is creating hello underscore JSP file, and you have init method here, JSP underscore init method. And sixth step, you will be having service method. You can you can implement your service, whatever business logic you want to do, you can do it in a service method. Okay, means it will be converted internally. All these steps it will take care of, and you can also write explicitly. And the destroy method is the last one to complete that one. We will check one by one here. If it is, let's see what it is telling all about this diagram. Web container translates the JSP code into servlet class, that is nothing but .java class file. Then compiles that into a Java servlet class. Dot class files it will convert. In the third step, the servlet class bytecode is loaded using class loaders. This class loaders nothing but JVM class loaders. Okay, the container then creates an instance of that servlet class. It creates one instance, that nothing but one object. Container creates one instance of that one. The initialized servlet can now service request. It can now take any service and perform this its request operations. Whatever request is coming from outside, that's the client side, it will be perform those operations. Okay, once it is created instance, the initializer servlet can now service the request. For each request, the web container calls the, okay, this is the one. Here again the same story. Init method and destroy method will be called only once. That is nothing but JSP init method, JSP destroy method will be called only once. And underscore JSP service method will be reacted whenever the service comes. Whenever service comes, this method will be executed. When the container removes the servlet instance from the service, okay, it calls the destroy method. Once you complete with the service method, underscore JSP service method, it will be automatically that the object, whatever we have created object, hello underscore JSP, okay, through this process will be destroyed automatically by calling this JSP destroy method. That's all about the life cycle of this one, JSP. Okay, let's see what happens to JSP when it is translated into a servlet. So this is the HTML, let's say it's a JSP page which has a normal HTML tag, header code, and this is one JSP tag we'll talk about. Whatever there in this one is like a Java code again. Int count equal to 0 we have given. Okay, to write a Java code we have some elements. We will discuss these elements. And just remember this. We have some option to write Java code inside a HTML. This is what we were discussing. So opposite from the servlet, we can even write Java code inside HTML. To write Java code in HTML, we have some tags. So here int is a Java code, nothing but a Java code. Is a variable name is a count. We are initializing with 0 count. Okay. And again, its body tag is started here. And I'm just writing page count is something, and I will be incrementing. Whenever you visit this one, it will be automatically auto incremented, kind of small thing. Okay, I'm just closing the JSP page. The above JSP page, hello.jsp becomes a servlet. Now it becomes a servlet internally. You will not be able to see this one. Okay, when you create and deploy it, it will be like this. See, hello JSP extends HTTP servlet. Okay, this will have two methods: init method, destroy method, and the service method. Okay, for us the service method is important. Each time it should be executed. Init method will be initialized when the context is servlet context is initialized, and the destroy method will be called only once at the end of this servlet whenever it is completed. Okay. See, here also you have the service method. It's nothing but underscore JSP service. Name is different. It will take the argument HTTP request and HTTP response. Same arguments it will take. Okay, you're just trying to print have this. We are just comparing with like whatever JSP we have written there. Okay, it will be converting into this format internally in the second step of life cycle. Converting into JSP. See, this will be looks like in JSP in servlet. It looks like int count equal to 0 will be there. You just have to write it JSP text. That's it, nothing else. This is all about the example of how internally it looks like. Okay. Creating JSP. We will create one small JSP page and try to deploy it. Okay. The JSP page looks like similar to the HTML page, but a JSP page also has a Java code inside it too. We can put any regular Java code in a JSP file using scripted tag. Okay, which starts with this. This is nothing but a tag. Is nothing but a scripted tag. We just have to use this scripted tag to write any kind of Java code. Okay, we will create one small JSP page now using these steps. I have just given a small steps to create JSP page using dynamic web project. You select dynamic web project here. Dynamic web page from web project and give some name. I will just clear the recording. I will just give this names here as it is. Selecting dynamic web project, give a name to your project. Okay, you will see a new project created in your Explorer automatically. Then you have to create one new JSP page. You will use step by step in giving first JSP. JSP example. Let me close everything. Okay, this is the dynamic project which we have created. And we will create one JSP page then. Just need to create, go to project selection and run as a, okay, here new JSP file, give some name to that one and finish it. Write something in your JSP page template HTML code goes to inside the body tag, just like HTML page. Okay, run it. We will just write one JSP page at root element. Okay, once it is done, we'll try to deploy this and see whatever we have written. Run on a server, select the server, and finish. Yes.
Page declaration should be done in web.xml.
Page declaration is required. I think it is not required. Let's see. I'm just confused whether it should be in this directory or outside of this one.
Outside.
Outside of this one, right? It should be in the root directory of this web container. Okay. You were telling like we need to have web.xml inside that.
When welcome.page something is there, right? There we need to declare.
Okay.
Let's have it try.
Sure.
Content.
Web.xml. It is not required, right? Finish, I will say. Here you're talking about the welcome page directly.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. Spelling.
I'll take it from yeah. Select session. Inside by enough, we'll be having this one just like this. Right? We need to have this tag access piece. So it is going to be this is first JSP. Okay.
Now run it.
In this game, right? Yeah. This is a small thing, and let's see. What is next? We will try to add that code whatever we had in the earlier one. We will add this scripted tag in the outer header.
But 1 second, Hussein.
Huh?
But in my Eclipse dynamic web project option is not showing.
Okay, I will help with that.
Okay.
We'll just